Hey everybody, this is Ms. Sloan. So this is going to be the first video of the year. And so what I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to kind of show you the ISM book first. So here's the ISM book. So in the ISM book, I actually have a table of contents where you have your syllabus, student inventory sheet, safety contract, safety test, reading section 1.1, and then the zombie certification. And then what I did is I went and I went through and I skipped a couple pages. And then here is where my syllabus is going to be. So at school, I had printed you out a syllabus. You'll need to attach that to there. Student inventory sheet. Student inventory sheet. Once you get that filled out, it goes there. Safety contract. And that's where you're going to put that one there. Safety test. You're going to put that one there. And then here is where you have your reading assignment as of today. So the reading assignment was 1.1 and we were doing 4 through 9 pages. So let's talk about it. So first of all, in the reading, it actually talked about what the definition of what physics is, okay? And it's the study of a physical world, energy, matter, and how it relates. The next thing that you had is we're talking about the scientific method. So the scientific method, of course, is to state the problem, and then why and who is your question. You gather your information, you go through and you form a hypothesis, you test your hypothesis, you analyze your data, you draw your conclusion, and if it supports it or doesn't support it, depends on where you go. If it doesn't support it, then you got to form another hypothesis and go through the step. If it does, then you need to keep repeating that step because remember, scientific method has to do with repeating the step. Besides that, it talked about what a model was. And remember, a model can be anything that represents. So it could be a picture model, it could be an object, it could be anything, illustration. Those can be your models. And then the last thing it talks about is the difference between a theory and a law. A theory is knowledge of how many times you observe the experiment, and then a law is something that runs true all the time. Okay? Now, as you notice, the other thing that I do have on here today is your brain pop. Your brain pop is where you need to go on and you need to watch the video and write you some notes, and then what you're going to do is you're going to answer the quiz that they have, and then also on top of that you have your zombie certification. So if you get your zombie certification, and let me see if I can find mine really quick. You remember you're going to be using that snippet tool again. Remember the snippet tool? That's this thing here where you're going to go new and you're going to actually snip the certificate. So if I go into my C drive, so what you're going to need to do is you will need to go in on your PC, you need to get yourself a C drive. You need to make you a folder called physics, okay? So to do that, that little plus thing right there creates a new folder. And then in that folder, you'll have your week 1 is what I started with. And so when you go through and you take your picture of anything that you do, because everything that's on Google Classroom you will need to take a picture of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go really quick to Google Classroom, and we're going to talk about that really quick because I want to make sure you understand how to do that. So this is your Google Classroom. This right here is your code for Google Classroom, and this here is your Google Meet. So when you need to go do that, then that's what that is. The next thing you will see, like communication here, the stream is only going to be something that if I need to talk to you about. The other thing that we have is your classwork. So let's look here. So on your classwork, you have your safety contract. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to open up the safety contract you will have to actually fill it out, and then you'll have to attach your picture there from your safety contract. Syllabus, there's the syllabus there. You're going to open that up, and you're going to, you can sign it. After you sign it, then you're going to attach it here and turn it in. Safety test, for that, you're going to have to sign in to do the safety test, and once you pass it, then you need to take a picture here. Student inventory sheet, what that is the questionnaire about who you are, what you like, and on the back of that, you will actually see a flow chart. So I'm going to pull this up. So here is where you're going to type your information about who you are and what you're about and things like that. And so that one's on here, but I went ahead and gave you also one to put in your folder, and on the back of that you have a flow chart to go with that. The next thing I want to talk about is your weekly agenda. So here on a weekly agenda, if you go in here and you click Physics CP, you'll get this, which is my lesson plan. But you don't see anything, do you? So what you're going to have to do is when it comes up, do you see that tab 9-7? You're going to push that tab, and it's going to show you what is due this week. So if you wasn't here today, and you'll be here tomorrow, you'll go back and do this. You're going to have to do everything that I showed you today, and it's all linked here. Okay. Now, I don't have it on Google Classroom right now. What's going to be on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But as you can see, you can get on here and see it if you want to do it early, and then you can attach it the day of the assignment. Okay? So let's go back to Google Classroom. Beside the weekly agenda, then you have what is physics. Do you see that? That's your assignment. And it says complete required material. Well, the required material is all this stuff up here, which is the class material. Read 1.1, take notes. Complete Brain Pop that is attached. Do Zombie College. So, Brain Pop, you will have to be on the computer to do that. So, let me go over that really quick. So, what you're going to do to get on the sign in to look at the textbook is you're going to go to horrycountyschools.net. There's two ways to go in. You can either go by student and then Student Learning Commons, or you can go down here to this little puzzle piece. When you hit that, it will take you to Clever. Now, on your Clever, you're going to have to put your username and password in. After you do that, you're going to see something that says Miss Sloan's page. Okay? Under Miss Sloan's page, you're going to see McGraw-Hill. Do you see it? So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the McGraw-Hill. And what it's going to do is it's going to open you up a book. Now, you're not going to see the chemistry one like I have here. You're not going to see the teacher's version, but you're going to see this one right here, which is the student version. You're going to click on that. Okay? Here is the digital textbook. We are going to be doing digital textbooks this year. So the first thing that you're going to do is you see where it says ebook. Okay? That's where you're going to go into to find your reading assignment. Now, down here, if you hit the page, we are doing page 4. So I'm going to do 4, enter. It's going to take you to the page and see, this is where I got the notes. That's where I got the scientific method from. And then you're going to flip through. That's where my model, my hypothesis for my one-pager. And that's what you're going to do until you get to section 2. Okay? So that's pretty much it today. So only thing you have to do is you need to make sure you can get on Clever. You now have the sign in for your Google Classroom, and now that you know what to do. So this here is day 1. Remember, if you're Monday and Tuesday, you're going to do day 1 in class because you're with me. Wednesday and Thursday, you're going to be in class with me tomorrow. That means you'll have to do what we had to do today, along with Wednesday, we're going to do things together, and Thursday, you're going to do things together. And then Friday, we're going to be online. Now, for online, it's going to be the first 30 minutes of class that I will be on the Google Classroom code, or better yet, if you go to Google Classroom and it says that it's for us to meet together. Let me see if I can find that really quick. Right there, Google Meet. You're going to go on there. Okay? And then we're going to talk, or you're going to check in with me. I want to make sure that you understand something, though. The days that you are not in school, you will have assignments on Google Classroom, and you will need to do them and attach them and submit them. I hope this helps you for the day, and I will make another one for tomorrow.